Gym members, how's it going? Happy Monday. So for today's Mobility Monday video, we're going to continue off of our last Thursday's video of the golf sequence, the overhead squat screen, what we can learn from that screen, how we can remedy or address some of those issues that may be brought to light in that screen. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start off by foam rolling your lats, okay? So the lats are in charge of internal rotation and adduction of the arm, okay? So anytime the arm does this action, right? That's the lat engaging the shoulder, pulling the humerus towards the body, right? So your pull-ups, your rows, anything of that pulling variety, with the exception of bicep curls, your lats are engaging. Sometimes when people go to reach up overhead, it can be because their lats are relatively tight in comparison to their other muscles in the shoulder girdle. Okay, so one way we can address that is foam rolling. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a foam roller and you're going to lay on your lat, and you can tell you're on your lat because it's like kind of almost in line with your axilla or your armpit, and it's a little bit back. So I think of like right underneath the armpit and then just tilt back just a little, and then you can kind of work around in there, see if there's any like sticking points or really tender points. So I hit one right there. So I'm gonna kind of stretch out a little bit. I'm just gonna relax. I'm gonna hold this point for 30 to 45 seconds. And after that, I'm going to engage in a stretch, okay? So, for example, if I had some type of, I can actually stand my foam roller up or throw it down, stand it up like this, and then hinge forward at the hip and use that to stretch my lat out, right? Use that tension to pull my lat into a stretched position, okay? So if you do that for both arms, which is what I recommend doing, you should theoretically be able to add some range of motion and flexibility to the lats. You may have to do this a few times, that's great, just something to keep in mind. After that, I'm going to actually have you do a bird dog, okay? So this is another good warm-up maneuver. So quadrupedal position, brace your core, opposite hand, opposite foot, keep your hips in line with one another, fully extend out, and then slowly relax. And then same thing on the other side, extend out, slowly relax. Now usually you can see people just lifting the arms and the legs, right? And you'll notice that your lower back goes into a lot of extension, almost hyperextension. You want to avoid that because you're taking the work that you're doing in your core musculature and you're putting it all in that lower back musculature, and that's what we want to avoid, right? We want to really challenge the entire body, not just your lower back, okay? So after you do 10 or 12 of those on each side, we're going to lay on our backs. We're going to go arms out to the side as a counterweight, okay? Knees up. And you're just going to twist just gently side to side. This is actually like a ab exercise and a stretch all in one. So if you have a tight lower back, this may help. And you want to go really slow with this one, right? Because it's not a very common position that our backs are in, where all the weight is shoved off to the side. Okay, so then after that, we're going to work on our arm circles. So we talked about book openers on Thursday and the benefits that we can have in regards to T-spine mobility for your swing. And it's more of the same, okay? But this time, instead of just going side to side, right? I can actually use this as well. So in this time, instead of just going side to side as I would in a normal book opener, I can actually do a shoulder sweep or an arm circle, okay? You trace the ground, and once you get back and you feel that stretch, you can let your head follow the stretch and come back all the way around. The goal here is to get your arm as close to the floor as you can. If that's difficult for you, that's okay. Again, this is like any other exercise. You'll get better at it as you continue to do the exercise. So if you have a hard time and you can't touch the floor now, don't injure yourself, don't push it too hard, just do what you can, and then keep working on this at least twice a week, okay? You will be shocked at what steadily and consistently training this movement will do. I have seen clients who, in the course of a month, greatly improved their range of motion, their shoulder, from being almost 2 or 3 feet off of the ground to accidentally knocking their water bottle over that was behind them. And that was like kind of like an aha moment. So definitely encourage you to use this, especially if you golf. And then the last exercise we're going to do is actually a stability exercise. So you're going to stand up. Now this is really great if you have a balance issue to do near a railing or something, okay? So you're going to actually shoot into a warrior 3, which is your arms are above your head and then you're just pivoting on your hips, okay? So here. Now if you have a hard time balancing, you can rest your fingertips on a bar or something, but not so much that you're leaning on it and taking the pressure off of your body, okay? Even if you want to shoot for 2 or 3 inches above and then drop your hands down as you become unsteady. Another thing you want to become mindful of is, as you see me doing this, you can actually see my hips are tilted, right? This hip is tilted a little back. So as I'm stretching, I want to try and drop this hip down, and that I really feel in my right hamstring, okay? So this is great for core stability. It's also a good way to loosen your hamstrings up. Movements such as this engages the hamstring, which give you a better idea of the potential and the stretch in that hamstring, okay? So have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow for Tabata Tuesday. Swing well.